Hey YouTube. God just now divulged information to me spiritually about the warfare that's taking place between the righteous and the unrighteous. Principles. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spirit and principles. How can you pass out a bad principle that was taught to a person in a time of sickness, illness, and in a time when they don't know better? In today's society, we have started to accept bad principles. So we're not fighting against spiritual, but against bad teaching, bad principles. There is no way to cast out a bad principle, and that's what's taking place. And the unclean spirit hides behind these bad principles that were taught and said to be good principles. It hides, ready itself, and used the vessel as a puppet. I never truly understood what it meant that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spirits and principalities. We have become accepted to everything and every ideology that has been against the Word of God. It has been taught so widely that we must be acceptant of it, or else we can hurt the vessel, which is the body. At this point, I'm teaching against that. We cannot accept bad principles or bad teachings with our children, with anything. We must teach them the truth at all costs, for this will cost us in the end a great battle. We must make them so familiar with God that God becomes a daily habit. Suffer the little children to come unto me, so when they get older they will surely not fall. But be careful of these sheep in the wolves' clothing. For they are already in our church, ciphering and puppeteering our children. They're in our temples, our synagogues, our tabernacles. They're in the cities of Capernaum and many other places, however they may name them. They are in our tabernacle. We must exercise these principles first before we reach the demon. And that's why this battle against evil is so hard, because we have accepted principles that have been against God. I never had an issue with certain principles. In fact, I even practiced a few of them myself. But it didn't come until I started to enhance in knowledge that God began to reveal to me that my practice of principles that are ungodly is leading me into demonic possession. We must exercise every principle that is against the Word of God in every way possible. And we must take on the whole armor of God so that we may never be defeated. Oh, His first encouragement reach you in heaven. God bless you.